Hello, everybody. I'm just getting on the other. Oh, there you go. The other stream here. We're live on YouTube. Hey, and now we're live on Facebook. Look at that beautiful. All right, where's my tripod? Today's work. As I try to jumble this around in my hands, is AMRAP in 10 minutes. Hey, whoa, whoa, whoa. AMRAP in 10 minutes. I know right here, right now on YouTube, it's backwards because we're using a webcam. AMRAP in 10 minutes, 10 swings, 10 thrusters on the left side, 10 swings, 10 thrusters on the right side. We're going to call it good. I'm going to drop this down. Hopefully the exposure plays nice. I'm going to get off Wi-Fi here. See how this plays. Boom. Let's set this up on the side. I did have it on my GoPro, but you know, being outside, connection issues, all that good stuff. So we'll see if we can't get the Facebook crew on as well. Sure to get a wide base of support here. So use this opportunity, go get some weights. Hey, look, I have kettlebells and some dumbbells there. I also have a backpack right next to all of this stuff. So make sure that you have equipment nearby. Make sure you're wearing proper clothing, stretchy pants or shorts of some sort, flat shoes so that you can stay rooted. You can also do this workout barefoot if you want. There are a ton of people. The Strong First group likes to train barefoot as well. All right, I think we're on Facebook. Welcome, Facebook. Today's workout, AMRAP in 10 minutes. I'm repeating it for you, YouTube. AMRAP in 10 minutes, 10 swings on the left side, 10 thrusters on the left side, 10 swings on the right side, 10 thrusters on the right side. Bunch of different weights, bunch of different options there. That's what we're going to do. And I'm going to get set right here. YouTube, what happens if or Facebook, what happens if I do this? Oh, I can't turn my phone while we're recording. Okay. All right, that's fine. We're going to go. We're going to do it right here. Sorry for all the shaking. I didn't get it set well enough. So, there we go. Awesome. Okay. Setup is now complete. Here's the workout. I have some kettlebells here. Obviously going to just use one. My idea in my head originally was to do 2 bells. I have a dumbbell here. I have a backpack as well. I'm going to go through a bunch of the skills after we warm up. So I'm just going to get warm real quick. I'll change this again so you can see me a little bit better. Get warm real quick. If you need a quiet neighbor option, meaning you're on a second or third or higher floor and you can't jump around, just avoid the jumping. No need to make anybody angry right now. Your goal is just to move around, get sweaty, have fun on this beautiful Friday, and let's begin. Number 1, we're going to start with arm circles backwards. While I'm doing this, I'm going to do a couple of calf raises. So we're getting our shoulders and our ankles warm. You can also rock back if you can see my feet. So toes up, heels up, toes up, heels up, toes up, heels up. Put your arms over your head. You're going to slide your head left and right. Many of us on the computer, if you're still doing some work, good on you. But that just means that you're sitting on your butt for too long. So we're moving the head around. Why is this important? It's part of your spine. If you're not moving your spine around and that thing gets stiff, you start looking like this. right? Because you have no mobility and control over that spine. So that's what we're going to make sure we've got. Speaking of which, twist and pivot. I don't know if you heard the cracks there, but every time I do it, I still get it to open up. Shake it out, get loose. There's kind of this left and right aspect to all of this. You can also think forward and back with your legs split. I have my right foot forward. I can switch it up. Get loose, get loose, get loose. Let's just go ahead and start moving into scissor switches. Just forward and back. You can also pump the opposite arm. And then let's turn that into jumping jacks. And end up wide. Hands behind your head. I'm going to change angle here so you can see this a little bit better. We're going to do some wide good morning. So good morning is soft knees. I'm going to send my butt back as I keep my chest high until I search for a stretch. Somewhere on the inside of the thighs, back of the legs, stand back up. Keep your heels heavy, but your big toe should be down on the ground as well. Hold the bottom of one, put your arms out in a T. And now we're going to add some slow twists. I'm getting my chest and my eyes and my arm up towards the sky. Switch sides. Then you can add some speed, some dynamic movement to this. I try to lead with my thumb. Gets my shoulder to rotate a little bit more. All right, bounce it out again. We're going to hang out in the squat. So I'm about shoulder width apart with my feet, keeping my feet flat. How low can I go? And I want to be passive here. So I'm just relaxing, not trying to do anything crazy, but we're also going to take care of our wrists because we got some swings and some grip work today. So I want you to grab your hands, interlace your fingers, squeeze your elbows in as much as you can, and get some circles going. Drawing a sideways figure eight, the infinity sign, if you were to put your pointer fingers out. And your forearms should be rubbing together. That's the goal. Switch directions. And relax. And so if I'm facing the cameras right now, I'm going to pump one elbow high so that I can crank this wrist down as much as I can. So the top hand is pushing down on that other hand. I'm going to switch. So you're trying to press that other wrist down and into submission. And then keep your elbows flared out. Dave likes to say praying the Buddha here. So just rotating in and out, in and out, in and out. With the elbows flared out, we want these wrists to be extended as we practice this. Get some rotation in. All right. And then the fun part is like you've been passive right now. Maybe your lower back is relaxed and all that stuff. I want you to keep your fingers interlaced. You're going to press your hands out. Reach up overhead and try to get as active as you can. Drive your knees out, but keep your big toe down. Stand up. 10 jumping jacks. All right, and we hopefully warmed up that range of motion for your squat. So now you owe me 10 squats. Nice and easy. Only go as low as you can keep your feet flat. So if this is it, that's it, right? If you're not quite used to a lot of this stuff, maybe you're just sitting down onto a seat and then standing back up. And I'm not counting because I have no idea where I'm at. Sheena is also working out behind the camera. You can count. That's what you can do there. Arms out in a T. Elbow circles. Switch directions. Arms go over your head. Our goal here is to crank one arm back. I'm going to let the other arm drop. And switch sides. We're going to be going overhead maybe today. So this is really important. Okay. And round your shoulder, or roll your shoulders back. So I'm going to think of pushing my shoulder blades apart and pushing my delts forward, hiding my chest between my shoulders here. Terrible posture. And then I'm going to shrug everything up and kind of correct everything. If you're used to lifting, boom, that extension position. Then I'm going to pinch everything back as much as I can, trying to squeeze the shoulder blades together, lifting my chest high, tall, and proud. Then I'm going to push everything down, creating the longest neck you can. And then I'm going to repeat that. Forward, up, go slow, back, down. Forward, up, back, down. Forward, up, back, down. Forward, up, back, down. Now you can start slowly start making it a little smoother. But try to keep your eyes up. I have a tendency to look down here. We don't want our shoulders to be to know how to operate in those positions with a posture like this. So move the way you want to move. You want to move in good posture. Yeah, tall and upright. Let the system function properly. Cool, and then we're just going to do a couple the other ways. Rolling forward. But we don't need to do this too much. This isn't a pattern we care about too much. Okay, and then we're going to do some mobility. Left shoulder comes up, right shoulder comes up. Left shoulder goes down, right goes down. Up, up, down, down. Up, up, down, down. Switch directions. Up, up, down, down. Up, up, down, down. Up, up, down, down. Why does that matter? It's control. Do you have coordination? That's it, right? What am I missing here? Ab stuff. Now we're going to get into some midline warm up here. So my camera's good here. Can you watch this camera just to make sure I'm in frame? Okay. You don't need your equipment nearby quite yet. We're going to start off with a plank, but rather than just hold a static plank here, and we're going to, if you're aware with our planks, we're going to go on straight arms here. We're going to play with those shoulder positions just like we did a second ago when we were doing our rolls. So I'm going to hit the ground, the top of the push-up, right? Arm is directly over the wrist. I'm going to let gravity win with my shoulders only, not with the body. You're not going to dump the body down. Everything is tight except for my shoulder blades, and then I'm going to push back up. Down, up. 3, 4, 5, 6. Try to maximize that range. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 5 more. 21, 22, 23, 24, and hold. 25. Push your shoulder blades apart as much as you can. Lock your rib cage down. Flex your abs like somebody's going to kick you in the gut. Squeeze your butt cheeks. Pinch that penny. Lock your legs out as hard as you can, flexing the quads. And figure out if you can breathe. If you can breathe, can you get to 90% capacity of your lungs? And relax. I did not. I got to like 80 something. Okay. What are we trying to figure out there? You can check out the Ready State on YouTube. Dr. Kelly Starrett's been talking a lot about being able to breathe in certain positions. We tend to talk about this and train our athletes a lot into figuring out how to breathe for exercises. It's going to be really important today for the swings as well. Okay, now we're going to stretch out a little bit. Starting with my hands on my hips, I'm going to lunge forward, but we're not going to go all the way down. We're going to maybe take it down about halfway. And the goal here is to squeeze the butt cheek on the back leg. When I do that, I should be finding a stretch right here in the hip flexor, maybe part of the quad. If you're not feeling that and you're feeling a lot of pressure in the back, it's probably because you're dumping that position. You're letting your abs relax, your rib cage stick forward. So treat this as an ab exercise. I'm going to try to crunch down as much as I can and try to feel that position. It's hard. This is very difficult. A lot of people aren't aware of their positioning all the time. But if we can focus on it slowly during our warm-ups, when we need to move fast, when we need to be powerful and not think so much, hopefully this pattern is ingrained enough that I can stay safe and I'm really, really efficient. Okay, and switch sides. So I'm simply going to turn around. I'm up on the ball of the foot. I am bent on the front leg, and that foot is also flat. And I'm slowly trying to straighten out that rear leg, keeping my abs tight. That's why I like to place my hands here so that I know that I'm engaged, and that forces this muscle group to relax. Bug just flew into my face, or did something hit me? Oh, okay. Or am I tired? Drink a lot of coffee. Okay, now we're going to go back to the front, or the other side rather, still in this kind of front lunge position, but now I'm going to reach down towards the ground. If this is a challenging position for you, stretching-wise, flexibility-wise, you can rest your knee on the ground. I don't really have a choice right now because of this pebble sidewalk. This shit hurts, so I'm not going to do it. What I am going to do there, though, or do here, you might look like this. That's also fine. But ideally, your foot would be in line with your hands. We're going to take the inside hand. I'm going to rotate up towards the ceiling, put it back down on the ground. The goal is slow and controlled here. That's 1. We're going to 10. 2. 3. We're trying to wake up the shoulder blades. 4. 5. Again, leading with that thumb. 6. 7. 8. 9. We're going to go back into the plank. 10. Put your hand down, move your foot back. Now we're going to do some plank pull-throughs. I'm going to raise my hips up. My head's going to go through the window created by my arms. This is the down-facing dog. You might know it that way too. And I'm going to come back down into the plank, and that's 1. We're going to go to 10. 2. 3. 4. Opening up the shoulders. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. You can pick your left foot up, take it forward. Now we're doing the same thing on the left side. So ideally my foot is in line with my hands. I'm taking the inside hand, which would be my left hand. I'll reach up, pull back. That's 1. We're going to 10. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. All right, and then on your own, 10 more pull-throughs. You want to make this harder, get your feet closer to your hands, and let your shoulders get forward of your hands in that plank position. Doesn't have to be perfect because you're demanding more flexibility, more for the end position. Something to keep in mind. Back to the bottom of the squat when you're done. Shift left and right. You can use your elbows on the inside of your thighs to kind of press this stuff out. But again, feet stay flat the entire time. What are we trying to do here? Why are we sitting in the squat so much? We're trying to get comfortable in this position because momentarily we're going to demand that you're comfortable in this position. You've got control of the position with some sort of weight. So go ahead and stand up, shake it out. Okay. From here, we're going to do a couple of movement skills that we're going to need in today's workout. Again, the workout is AMRAP in 10 minutes, as many rounds as possible, or as many reps and rounds as possible in 10 minutes. 10 swings, 10 thrusters, both on the left side. So we're only using one arm. Then you're going to repeat that round essentially, but this time on the right arm. So 10 swings, swinging the bell up or the bag up, and then 10 thrusters. A thruster, we're going to cover this, is a compound movement where we combine a squat with a press overhead. So I'll demo with what I'm going to use today, which is kettlebell. Okay, so I've got a kettlebell here. I'm going to swing it up into this front rack position where I can bear the weight on my body. This is going to be a little more difficult. Shout out to our Strong First friends who hold their rack positions like this. But we're going to go more sports style, more CrossFit style. So I want my fingers to get close to my collarbone, my upper body, my forearm resting on a tight midline. From here, let's see if I can do a couple of squats. Nope, I'm going to take my free arm for balance. I'm going to help use this free arm for balance. So I'm trying to descend as low as I can in my squats. Granted that range doesn't bring you any pain. Cool. And then we're going to switch sides. So same thing. It's all on the body. I'm bearing it on the body and not just in my arm and my shoulder. So I'm holding it close to my midline, close to my center of balance. 4, 5. And there you go. If you're at home and you actually only have a dumbbell, we can do the same thing here. And then if you don't have any of that particular equipment, I can do the same thing with the backpack. It's better if you have some sort of like top handle. So I can treat it like a kettlebell. So I just put my hand inside, and I want that forearm, the inside of the bicep, to rest against my body. Same idea. I can switch sides. Five-gallon bucket, the heaviest jar or can that you have in your pantry or your fridge, a chair, a folded up chair, anything you can get your hand on that's fairly challenging and not dangerous to, potentially injuring you somehow would be good for today's workout. So that's the squat. Now we're going to talk about the press. Remember, the thruster is a combination. So take your weight, whatever you got, and this is what I'm looking for. So I'm going to get it back into the rack position. Rather than just holding it here the entire time, this is my start and end position. In the press today, I want you to have your legs locked, and your goal is to just press it up and overhead. But I want you to see where my ending arm position is. If you can see it, it's in this beautiful line from my hand, my wrist, elbow, shoulder, rib cage, hip, and leg. It's stacked. I'm going to have a bad time today if I try to let that. And you can see I can't even hold it there. But if my arm goes out, it's not a favorable position. There's a lot of stress potentially on that joint when we're going with intensity and speed. and this kind of volume. So be mindful of that, right? End position. Let's say the weight is really challenging and it's hard to do the strict press. Well, you can use your legs, because in today's workout, we're going to get a lot of help from the legs. So I can dip and drive it up. Generally, we always tell athletes, especially if we're coaching them from the side or profile view, my head is through the window. I'm also thinking about pushing that arm up and back a little bit more. And my wrist is erect. I'm trying to reach up towards the sky here. If I relax my hand back, my wrist breaks, and that makes it easier for my elbow to break. And if I'm breaking at the elbow and I've got, I don't know, some iron directly over my skull, again, you're in a bad situation. So the goal is always reaching as high as I can, as much as I can. And once I get to full joint lock, now I can come back down. Cool. So I can dip, drive, lock it out, bring it back down. Let's try it on the other side. Again, with momentum. There you go. Again, you can do the same thing with the dumbbell. I'm not even going to show that because you kind of get it by now. With a pack of some sort, same idea. Notice you can see my ear at that lockout from any of my frontal or profile positions. Same thing on the other side. Cool. All right. So the moment you've all been waiting for, the thruster. We're going to combine the two. So you're going to squat, press it overhead. Take my bell. You can rack it up with two hands because we don't care about the clean today. I'm going to combine the two. The squat's going to happen. As I get out of the squat, I'm going to use that momentum to launch this up and overhead. And I'm still in that same ending position that I had earlier. Reset. You can try the other side. Shout out to GMG Kettlebells. There's a new toys. Wider handle, wider base. Pretty awesome for our at-home situation. Do the same thing here with the dumbbells. You're essentially squatting and then jumping out of the hole. Squat, jump. Squat, jump. Head still through the window. Everything's locked out. And then finally, thruster with the backpack. I'm trying to over-exaggerate my breath for you so that you can also do the same thing. If you're not breathing out, you're holding onto your breath, it's going to get a lot harder. Eyes forward, if not slightly down. Okay, there is the thruster, the second exercise today. Why are we going backwards? Because by the time we're done talking about the swing, we're ready to go. So, talking too long here. With the kettlebell, if you're familiar with the movement, this is a posterior chain exercise, meaning that I'm going to use the lower back. Yes, you use your lower back because your goal is to stay tight, but I'm going to dynamically hinge through the hips, meaning that my glutes are going to stretch and then they're going to contract. So it's a lot of low back, glute, and hamstring. You're going to feel some stretches there, especially if you're tight. So this is the swing as we prefer to teach it. I'm going to start with 1 foot length away from my bell. I'm going to use that mark to step back behind that and then straddle up about shoulder width apart in front of my bell. From here, I'm going to grab on. Remember those scap push-ups we did in the warm-up, I'm going to get into the far position where I'm stretching and I have a rounded upper back. Then I'm going to hike the kettlebell up into the high crotch position like I was hiking a football. And I'm going to do that by going from the rounded shoulder position to the tight shoulder position. Looks like this. Round, tight, round, tight, round, tight, round, tight, round. I'm also utilizing my lats, but that's very much an upper back exercise. So that's what we're looking for in that hike position. If I can hike it well, you can hopefully do it with all these different things. So if I have the dumbbell, we look out here with this particular design of bell because I've got a wide head that I can really grab onto. You might be used to the hex head, which is a lot thicker and a lot less wide. Do what you can, but be smart about it. Your workout is not worth potentially putting a hole through the drywall. So number one, maybe don't face drywall or glass. And if you feel like your grip is about to go, take a break. Alternatively, you can do swings like this with the normal kettlebell grip. Just a little awkward because you could potentially hit your leg on the way through. So it's going to be up to you, but we can practice the same thing with hike, 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 hike. We can do it with one arm. Hike, hike, hike. Regardless, that hike starts on the ground every rep. Same with the bag. 2 hands, hike, 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 hike. There's the other side of the bag, which is a little more comfortable for me because of the shape of the bag. If that hike makes sense, now you're simply going to stand up as strong as you can. So I'm in this hike position. Notice how pitched forward I am. This is like that good morning that we did earlier. So I'm in that position. My knee is bent. My hip is bent. You might be used to having more bend in your knee. That's fine. From here, your goal is to stand up tall and strong and quickly with that breath. It's like I'm jumping, except I don't leave the ground. Let the breath go. Flex everything underneath your shoulders. Everything down, right? Arms will go about parallel to the ground. Bring it down. Height does not matter. They're all arbitrary heights. There's no real standard to them. Did you move the weight? Yes? Cool. That's all we care about. If you want to go all the way overhead, I'm not even going to show you that. If you're going to go all the way overhead, you can go all the way overhead. If you're going to do parallel to the ground, parallel to the ground. If it's belly button height, it's belly button height, right? I'll just show you a couple of swings. You don't have to do them my way, but ideally, that's the reason you're watching this. So, starting with 1 foot back, shoulder width apart. Hike, stand. Hike, stand. Hike, stand. I'm not going to go overhead because the thruster goes overhead. Cool. Ta-da. That's your swing. What does that look like with the dumbbell? 2 versions. Holding the head of the dumbbell. Holding the handle of the dumbbell. And the back. Whoa. It's a lot wider here, so I needed to adjust a couple of times if you saw. That's what we're looking for. But wait, if you looked at the notes, I said one arm. If you're not used to these, let's say if you're not used to the movement or it's been a while, let's stick with 2 hands. That's fine. But you will have to alternate for the thruster. If you're willing, ready, and able to go 1 arm, it's really the goal is control and to make sure you're not doing weird stuff like twisting too much or muscling it with one shoulder. For the swing, it's the same thing, but instead of being here, I'm here, or the arm goes out for balance. So I'm facing the YouTube stream right now. Boom! The hand should be at like my chin. It's not out. It's to my chin. So those following on Facebook over here, same idea. Straight ahead. It's not out to the side. It's straight ahead, straight in front of my chest, my sternum, right? And we're still powering it with the legs. Even though it looks like I'm doing stuff with my arm, the arm's really just following through. It's a strap that's holding on to a weight that's being moved by something else, right? So this is what it looks like if it's one arm. With the bell, I'm also going to try to grab thumb side towards the bell. It's nice to have some sort of visual aid in front of you. I know that I'm facing the laptop each and every time. But make sure it's not something that you want to let. I would not want to let go of my kettlebell with my laptop and my phone in front of me. So I'm not going to face these things when I work out. Keep that in mind. With the bell, this is where it might feel a little bit easier to do it with the hand on the actual handle here. And pop it up, swing it through. But we really need that coverage at the bottom, at that hike position. If you feel like you're squatting here, you're going to feel this workout all right here in the quads and probably the knees. Challenge the backside during the swing. The thruster gets to challenge the quads and the front side of the legs. So that's what we're looking for there. We're going to begin the workout in 45 seconds. Can you get your timer going, please? Grab some water. If you have music at home that you want to play right now, you can. We can't because copyright claims and all that stuff. So we're going to work out in silence, or at least with breathing. But can you call it out? Yeah, the noise is right there. Okay, I'm going to do it with the kettlebell today. I don't need chalk because Sheena makes fun of how dry my hands are all the time. You can actually use like sidewalk chalk. The goal is just to dry out the hands for grip.
Okay, ready?
Yes, I am ready. Are you ready?
Here we go then. 3, 2, 1, go.
10 swings. I just went unbroken for the entire time. That's a bad idea. I'm going to scale the 6s and 4s. One round. Time check.
6.5 minutes. Almost halfway.
Can we get 2-minute updates on the evens at least? One too many. Okay. All right, keep it up. Stretch and snap.
Five minutes, halfway.
Halfway. You didn't already hear. Keep it up. 4 minutes.
4 minutes.
4 minutes left.
Ah. Three minutes. Two-minute warning.
2 minutes left. 2 minutes left. 90 seconds left.
Minute. 40 seconds.
6.
20 seconds. 15. 10. 3, 2, 1. Time.
Oh. Nice work, everybody. Good job, babe. That's that, y'all. Thanks for joining us today. Join us at 6:30 p.m. for Champagne Friday on Zoom, RSVP and Zen Planner. Ron, I believe, will be doing his beloved cocktail hour, which just means that he's going to be making drinks that you can't have necessarily because you're not at his place. But you can definitely pop your own bottle at home, join in on the fun, the conversations, and the camaraderie. Thanks for joining us today. I've been Andrew. The voice has been Sheena, and you've been great. Thanks for joining along. Have a good weekend. Bye.